lettuce and carrot, broccoli and coconut, peaches, apples, apricot, breadfruit, jackfruit, sour sap, pistachios, cashews and almonds, walnut, peanut, also pecan, sesame seeds, sunflower, lemon, orange, pineapple and melon.
I guess I have some explanation to do now that I've had uploaded a video every single week, 1 to 2 videos at that, and all of a sudden there has been 2 months with no uploads whatsoever. The explanation of this is intricate. So some of you might have noticed that although Johanna has done most of the voiceovers in the last few videos that has been uploaded, and so it will be for the next videos that will be uploaded sooner or later, she didn't only do most of the voiceovers, she did most of the editing. And of the last videos that we have had readied newly, that has been uploaded yet, she's done all of the editing for that. Now she's back to work and she can't edit. So the question is, what am I doing? And the answer to that is nothing. And this started not very early, but in the midst of our stay in Japan, where I felt more tired and I started to get exhaustions multiple times, so I had to slow down. So I did mostly the planning for the travels while she was editing. We had a lot of more plans to make like more videos where we go into the stores and show you what is vegan, what is not. I will go more into depth with that later. And this thing I might make a video later explaining more of the challenges that was surrounding this. But yeah, I was extremely tired, and the last month was really hard in Japan. The last week was a nightmare. But no, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. When I came back to Norway, we wanted to rest down, but now we are basically renting the downstairs apartment at her parents' home while we're searching for a new home. We're thinking of buying a new house. However, as soon as I came back to Norway, there's something strange about being away from your own country for a year. I actually got food poisoning by coming back to Norway, which was not expected. And being tired upon that, it took the toll on me really much more than expected, if that makes sense. And after that I caught a cold. When I started to get better from the cold, I got some kind of flu or a virus or something. Might have been COVID, I don't know. So after that I started to feel better, and all of a sudden, boom! I started sweating, I smelled really bad, I felt nauseated, low in energy, that type of thing. So I thought, have I gotten sick again? But I don't know what this is. But sooner or later I came to realize I hit burnout again. And many people don't know what a burnout is. So many people said, I was burnt out and I was home from work 4 days and then I was fit to fight again. No, that's not burnout. That's exhaustion. But burnouts can happen with multiple exhaustions, and that's basically what happened. I knew my limits and I took it to the uppermost as I could whilst in Japan, but then there was some like unseen complications. And when I came back to Norway, I got sick, and I got sick, and I got sick, and then I burnt out. Really unfortunate, indeed. So you feel bad, your entire body shuts down, and you can't do something. Nothing at all. This is the first time I'm working on videos for more than 2 months. The last uploads was all like pre-uploaded and everything. So when I will be back at full fit, I don't know. This might take months, it might take more than a year. It took 2 years last time I had a complete burnout, but sometimes I just decided to rest out. And this is something that I talked about regularly, both on Vegan Dragon and on my Magma Dragon 92. So people who have been following me a long time knows about this. But it's unfortunate because I have so many plans at the moment. Not only is it the searching of a house or our upcoming marriage that will be in a little bit over a year, but also the video production. There are some plans that I have, so the videos from Japan will be out as soon as I can manage. I have at least 4 more trips in Japan that will be uploaded. Sadly, I couldn't get enough like informative videos about how to do it as a vegan in Japan, but we might make that later. Anyways, after that I have some other things, and I have already recorded 3 straight line missions. And I think I might have discovered like a new genre of straight line missions, but you will have to see that. So usually it has been like crossing from one end to the other, like a country or a state or a municipality or something like that. But this is a little different, except for the first one that will come out. However, when this will be is after all the videos from Japan is out, definitely. Nothing of that is going to happen before then. But I also want to make a reply video in Norwegian, and this is the first time I will announce that I've made a Facebook page for Vegan Dragon, focusing more on the Norwegian viewers than anything else, but I will also add things there that won't fit on my YouTube channel. There are certain things that YouTube are way more strict about than Facebook is, and some things that doesn't fit on YouTube. For example, if I speak Norwegian and so forth. And one video I want to make in Norwegian is a reply to a Norwegian TikToker slash youth politician. She has a very weird little experiment that she's doing this year that I want to reply to, because I think it's absolutely ridiculous in many layers upon that. But I can't do that if I can't work with videos. It just won't do. But there is something else really exciting that I plan to do, and that might be before I've uploaded everything. You remember I did the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild challenge on my Facebook, and I uploaded like a cut version on YouTube. Now I can stream on YouTube, and there are 2 challenges that I want to do, and the second one I want to do is a continuation of the Breath of the Wild, do actually the Tears of Our Kingdom vegan challenge. But listen to this. When I had some cooperation with the Duel Master stuff with someone from South Africa, I told him I don't want to know if the card game Kajudo is the same as Duel Masters, so don't tell me. But what we want to do is to play the game as if we're playing Duel Masters and see if it works, to see if it's actually the same. And then they said, yes, it is the same. And I'm like, no, don't tell me. They spoiled it before we managed to try it out. We did try it out anyways. Turned out to be like a couple of differences, but not anything important. But I don't want this to happen now. I don't want to know anything about the game. I don't want to know how the game works. And I don't want to know if it's possible to do vegan. I don't want any hints on how to do it vegan. I want nothing of it. I want to figure this out on my own. But while I'm streaming, I might ask you questions. Is this possible? Can I do this? Does anyone have a workaround this? Because I'm really stuck. Then you might help me. So it will work very much the same, trying to follow like most of the rules, but I can't do objectives because I don't know the game. All that I know is from the trailers, and a friend of mine explained to me 2 things. One is that it's way more difficult than Breath of the Wild, and the mechanics is mostly different, but a couple of things are a little different. That's all I know. And I assume that we won't have the Chica Slate now. So I will be doing that, and again, don't tell me anything about the game, because I don't want to know. I want to go in blind, see if I can do the vegan challenge that way. But before then, it's not really a vegan challenge, but there's a little bit of a childhood goal of mine that wasn't doable. I want to catch them all in Pokemon Gold. Some of you don't know Pokemon, have no idea what I'm talking about. And some people might say, oh, that was only 2nd generation, there weren't that many Pokemon around. But those games had some really hard ways to do things that needs a little bit of a workaround. I will make a video later going further into detail about this, but to get some like idea of how difficult this is. So you can't catch them all on just Pokemon Gold. You need Pokemon Silver, because there are some Pokemon that are only available in Pokemon Gold and some that are only available in Pokemon Silver. Most of these Pokemon are from the Generation 2 Pokemon, but there is a handful that is not available in Generation 2 games, so I will need one Generation 1 game, but all of them have the Pokemon that are not available in Gold and Silver. If you might wonder, like, couldn't I use Crystal? But again, some of these Pokemon are only available in Gold or Silver, but not in Crystal. So doing this challenge on Pokemon Crystal is a little bit more of a challenge. But there is more to it. Because even though, if you can get all the Pokemon through the 3 first games, you cannot get the Mythicals in a legitimate way, and I'm going to be very clear about this. I will cheat as little as possible. I will not be doing any clone glitch, and I will not be even changing the clock, because there's some like events that happens at specific times. I will not do anything like that at all. But if I have to, I will. And the first is basically to get a Pokemon in from the Generation 1 and one in from the Generation 2 games. So there I might do some glitcheroo, but that's only because it's absolutely necessary. So yeah, I might be going on that, and doing these challenges might take some time, and that's why I decided to start doing it before all the uploads are up. They will be up sooner or later, but right now I'm really exhausted. And the thing that I'm dreading the most now is basically finding a place where we can hold our party after we're done in the church with the marriage and such. It's stressing me out, and this isn't the time for me to do this type of things, because I'm actually really tired and I don't really know where to put my head. It's really difficult. But I can tell you this, my subscriber counts increased with more than the double by the time we were in Japan. Views went a little bit down, but that happens because it was like a very different format in Japan than it has been before, so it might not appeal to all people. But I'm really grateful that many people wish to see more of this, and yes, it will come, but right now I am not well.